I'm tired. I didn't sleep none last night. Every time I try to go to sleep, I see his face.
Lake City mother says losing her son feels like losing a part of herself. The 15-year-old died yesterday after being hit by a truck while walking to school.
ABC 15's Tanya Brown spoke with that grieving mother. She joins us live tonight outside the Highway Patrol office in Florence, where troopers are investigating the incident. So Tanya, were you able to get any additional information on this case today?
Jennifer, I've asked, but troopers have not released any more details other than what they initially told me on yesterday. I did talk with the teen's mother, and she said she had no idea her son was even walking to school to begin with.
It's hard. I don't let nobody go to his room. Him and his brother were sharing a room, and I told his brother don't go in there.
Lillie Cortez's heart is broken. Just one day ago, she lost her 15-year-old son, Jaquan Cortez. Troopers say Jaquan was walking to school Wednesday morning when he was hit and killed by a 2006 Chevy truck on Highway 378 in Lake City. His mother says she feels like troopers aren't telling her the full story of what happened.
I want answers. I know they say the guys stay at the scene with him, but still.
Cortez says she doesn't even know the exact location on Highway 378 where her son died. She tells me Jaquan walked out of the house to catch the school bus and must have missed the bus and decided to walk to school without telling her.
Usually when he missed the bus, he'll come back, knock on my room door. Ma, I missed the bus. I would have told him to go back to bed. That's what I do.
She says that's because her two cars aren't working right now.
It'd be hard for us to get around. Hard to depend on people. They say they come in and do stuff for you and they don't do it. So sometimes I have a hard time. I'm a single mother. I do all this all on my own. I work 2 jobs.
Cortez says Jaquan knew he was to never walk on Highway 378, which is a 4-lane highway, by himself. His home is 3 miles from Lake City High School, and it was before dawn. Cortez says she and her daughter have to walk to their jobs, and sometimes drivers aren't paying attention. She tells me Jaquan was a great kid who loved to draw and have a good time.
He loved to dance, he loved country music, he loved R&B, really he loved all kind of music.
Democrat Lisa Ellis and Republican Ellen Weaver discussed 16 different topics. Many of these topics involved teacher shortages and salaries, as well as hot-button subjects like banned books and critical race theory. Tonight, one recurring topic getting a lot of traction, keeping teachers in the classroom. Democrat Lisa Ellis says there's not a shortage in teachers, it's the low salaries combined with poor working conditions like worn-down buildings, causing educators to leave the state.
I think that if we rework, increase the salary, and revisit working conditions, then we will have teachers that come back to the classroom.
Republican Ellen Weaver says she'd like to get the salary amounts up to the national average, which is just over $63,000, according to the National Center for Education Statistics, as well as start programs to get non-certified people their teaching licenses.
Repurposing other federal funds that are coming down into the state in order to get someone who has subject matter expertise into a classroom to mentor under a teacher and to work towards their teaching certification license.
The state report card revealed that only 42% of schools in South Carolina ranked good or excellent. Ellis says lowering the teacher-to-student ratio will help solve that issue.
If you think that a first grade teacher can teach 30 first graders who are 6, 7 years old how to read, you're out of your mind. You've got to get those class sizes down.
Weaver says getting kids to read at a young age will be her top priority.
We have got to get back to teaching the proven science of reading, and we also know that in-class high-dose tutoring is also very helpful, and so we need an army of mentors and tutors in our schools to support our teachers.
And one hot topic, critical race theory. Ellis says people are chasing issues that don't exist, and it teaches students different perspectives of history.
We need to make sure that they have all of the information and all of the truths, regardless of how that comes off. and that way they can then think critically.
However, Weaver believes CRT has no place in the classroom.
When I talk about standing up against woke ideology in our public schools and using our schools for education, not indoctrination, I'm bent on on standing up for our teachers, not just for our students.
I trust women with the freedom to make their own health care decisions, and I think it was fine as it was before they put the 6-week ban in place. You know, right now we have a governor who wants to ban all abortions and have no exceptions for rape, incest, or even the life of the mother. And I hope voters understand like how extreme that is. Like most people, I'm just tired of the extremes dominating politics, and he just represents the most extreme position on that issue. But at the end of the day, like this is a decision that I trust women to make.
Second question for you, would you support school resource officers in every school? And if so, how would you fund SRO staffing?
I think we need to take a look at our whole school system, right? And the fact that teachers are leaving in droves, they obviously need to be paid more. We need SROs. We need, everybody, every parent, I've got a 4.5-year-old who's not far from here. And as a parent, you want to feel good when your kid runs out the door, whether they're going to school or to church or to the movies. So the more resources we can provide, not just for SROs, but for instructional aides and paying our teachers more, is necessary. And we've proposed in our campaign, we've been running a campaign on new ideas versus McMaster's no ideas. We propose new streams of revenue, and that includes legalizing marijuana and sports betting, regulating, taxing those, and then harnessing that power to pay our teachers more, put more money into our school system, and fix our roads.
Third question, we have reported on an increase in cases of repeat violent offenders using guns. What would you do to solve this problem? Yeah, look, I mean, we have, our crime rate right now is out of control. And this is after 6 years of Henry McMaster, following another 8 years as our Attorney General. So we need to take a different approach to this. His whole catch and release as it relates to violent offenders is just simply not working. So we need to keep violent offenders behind bars. And we also need to make sure that, that guns don't fall into the hands of people who shouldn't have them. As a gun owner, somebody who has their concealed weapon permit, I'm not concerned about the good guys with guns. It's the bad guys with guns. And so we need to have background checks, and we need to close the loopholes that allow criminals to get access to guns. And because at the end of the day, I said every parent should feel comfortable about sending their kid wherever. But right now, because of our crime rate under Henry McMaster, a lot don't. And final quick question, what makes you the best candidate to serve as governor? I believe we need a new generation of leadership and new vision. With all due respect to Governor McMaster, if he hadn't gotten the job done in nearly half a century, he doesn't need another 4 years. And our state, I love this state. I love its people. And did you catch me there? A little bit. And I want our elected officials to be a reflection of how great our state is. And like I said, what Governor McMaster has given us is the highest state income tax in the entire Southeast. High crime, ripped away women's freedom to make decisions about their own body. And I want to make sure that people keep everything that they have, keep more money in their pockets, keep their freedoms. That's what I'm running for, to protect those.